Spicy Decks of the Week, where we talk about the best spicy, crazy decks that did really well in either tournaments, getting the king games, or had some kind of win streak. We have a few new decks this week that came out in the most recent Duel Links box and structure deck, starting off with Cyphers. So this is a really neat little OTK deck, a little bit cheesy, but it works out really well. So our big boss monster, Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, is going to allow us to swing for game really easily and effectively. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it, but this will be the only monster that can attack per turn is your Galaxy Eyes monster. So you can give it 1,000 extra attack with your skill ready to get defeated. You increase the attack of a Galaxy Eyes monster you control, that's not a number monster, by 1,000 attack points, and that puts your Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon directly at 4,000 attack. So now it's just real easy one hit OTK with this monster. It allows you to clean out your opponent's monster. You can take one of their monsters and then swing over another one of their monsters with the monster you stole. So you can clear out 2 of their monsters very easily, and then when you consider the fact that we're running both 3 MST and 3 Cosmic Cyclone, we have plenty of back row removal to be able to get this playoff. So it's mostly just about trying to get out the rank 8 monster, and we can do that very effectively with the Cypher Twin Raptor. Cypher Twin Raptor allows you to discard a card from your hand to special summon a Cypher monster from your deck. You can bring out the Cypher Biplane here, this level 6 monster, and you can target 2 Cypher monsters you control with its effect and make them both level 8s. So that gives you immediate access with this little combo Raptor into the Biplane to go into your level 8 and be able to OTK your opponent really effectively. We also have a way here with the Mirror Knight to search out our Twin Raptor whenever this thing's destroyed and sent to the graveyard. In the end phase, you can add a Cypher card from your deck to hand, including the Twin Raptor. So a little bit extra searchability there. We also have Cypher Wing. This is a level 4 Cypher monster. Let's just special summon this up from your hand just to give you an extra Cypher on the board to go for your rank 4 plays. Both Mirror Knight and Twin Raptor are level 4s off the as normal monster, so it gives you access to that entire rank 4 toolbox that is really effective in Duel Links. So getting into the full deck list, as I mentioned, the skill ready to get defeated is our skill here. We have triple Cypher Biplane, 2 Cypher Mirror Knight, 3 Cypher Twin Raptor, 2 Cypher Wing. We have 1 Monster Reborn, as I said before, 3 MST, and 3 Cosmic Cyclone. We also have 1 Lightning Vortex to help clean out our opponent's board to go for those OTKs, and then 2 Treacherous Trap Hole. Since we don't have any limit 2s in the deck, we can freely use the TTH. We also have the 2 Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, 1 Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 number 70 Malevolent Sin, 1 Googly Eyes Drum Dragon, and 1 number 68 Santa Fawn the Sky Prison. This card is actually really good right now with Tellarknights and other decks running around that special summon out of the graveyard so much, and Monster Reborn being in the game. This completely locks your opponent out of being able to use any of those graveyard revival effects, and it gives you that protection from destruction effects as well. So Santa Fawn, really good card right now in the metagame. Don't underestimate how powerful this thing is. Next up, we have Infinitrack. Now, quick disclaimer, the author of this deck, or the pilot of this deck, said that he wants to make some changes to it as it gets more cards. Also, just to note, Anna Kaboom, who I believe her theme song should be playing right now, is coming into the game very soon, and she's going to bring some other, if not Infinitrack, at least Train or Earth Machine support that could go along with the deck. There's a lot of expectations. There may be a mini box or a box coming out soon that's going to have some support for them. So Earth Machine is one of those archetypes that's very likely to get support in the near future as well. So just keep that in mind with this deck, that this is a deck that might get a lot of help very soon. So as it is though, this deck is being carried by the 2 Infinitrack main deck monsters that we have in our deck, as well as a spell that searches them out. So we have Infinitrack Anchor Drill. When this card's normal or special summoned, special summon an Earth Machine monster from your hand to the board in defense mode. You can bring out pretty much anything in your deck with this effect, because everything is an Earth monster or Earth Machine monster in your main deck. So, but your Infinitrack Harvester is a really nice thing to summon, because whenever this thing is normal or special summoned, you get to add another Infinitrack monster from your deck to hand, replenishing that card advantage you're going to get after you go into your XYZ plays. As I said, you can search out both of these monsters with the heavy forwards. Activate the spell, search your deck for an Infinitrack monster, then you can actually send this to the grave to change the battle position of a monster you control, or attach it to a XYZ monster you have as a material. So a little bit of versatility in that second effect there. But besides that, as I mentioned, all these other non-Infinitrack monsters go well with it because of the the Earth Machine synergy that these cards have. We can run the Ancient Gear Wyvern, which can search out the Ancient Gearbox. Note, Ancient Gearbox can search out the Infinitrack Anchor Drill, so just one other little cool thing that goes along with this deck. And of course, we have a very wide range of XYZ monsters we can go into because of all their different levels, so we can go into rank 8, 7, 6s, 5s, whatever you need to go into. But getting in the deck, we have the Ties That Bind as our skill right now. We also have 2 Infinitrack Anchor Drill, we have 1 Ancient Gearbox, 2 Scrap Recycler, 2 Infinitrack Harvester. Again, I think he's going to change the ratio of the Anchor Drills to Harvesters, and it might be something to do because those are really powerful cards. We also have 2 Infinitrack Trencher, 2 Ancient Gear Wyvern, 1 Infinitrack Tunneler, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Heavy Forward, and 3 Powerful Rebirth. In the extra deck, we have 1 Heretic Sun Dragon, 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, 1 Constellar Potomoli, 1 number 61 Volcasaurus, 1 Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, and 1 Malevolent Sin. Next up, we have a Tellarknight deck. Of course, Tellarknight just got a really powerful extra deck monster, the Tellarknight Triver. Whenever this XYZ card is summoned, you can return all of the cards on the field to the hand. Great for clearing out your opponent's board, so you can go for OTKs. Also, just for clearing out extra deck monsters, bouncing things back to the hand, to the deck. Also great for being able to reuse your own cards like Fiendish Chain, Oasis of the Dragon Souls. You can return them to your hand, reuse them. So Triver is a phenomenal card for the deck. It opens up a lot of extra plays for it. Definitely increases the power level of Tellarknights. It doesn't really change up the play style of the deck too much. You're still playing like a really back row centric game where you're just, turn by turn, summon your Deneb, summon your Altair, bring out your Deneb, and just going for that XYZ play every turn. So it still plays the same kind of game style that it did before, but you just have that huge extra play now with the Triver and everything that opens up. Because again, being able to bounce multiple back rows to your hand or being able to clear out your opponent's board to go for that OTK in a way that Tellarknights didn't have a way to do so before is really incredible. So yeah, this is a huge boost for the deck, and I'm excited to see how well Tellarknights are going to continue to do going forward now with the extra boost. Shout out to my friend Curry, my teammate Curry, who got precisely win streak with this deck as soon as it came out. I know he's a huge Tellarknight fan. So go ahead and dig into the deck list here. We're using Mind Scan as the skill here. I think most players have been using Destiny Draw, but a decent number of players, a very large number, have been using Mind Scan as an alternative. We see this with other decks in the format too, with Magnet Warriors and other decks where Mind Scan is sort of becoming an alternative to Destiny Draw as sort of that go-to generic skill. If your deck doesn't have a skill to use, you don't have a specific skill for your deck, Mind Scan is becoming one of the go-to picks other than Destiny Draw. It's very interesting to see here with so many other ones being nerfed now. But we have 3 Tellarknight Deneb, 3 Tellarknight Altair, we have 2 of the Foolish Burial monsters, name I can never pronounce, 1 Tellarknight Vega, triple Book of Moon, 1 Fiendish Chain, triple Floodgate Trap Hole, 2 Oasis of the Dragon Souls, 3 Satellar Nova Alpha, and 1 Jingzhen Hu to lock down our opponent's back row. We're only running 1 copy of the new Tellarknight Triver in here, 1 Abyss Dweller, 2 of the Dark Tellarknight Batomalus, 2 of the Tellarknight Deltros, and then 1 Diamond Dire Wolf rounding out the extra deck. And then last but not least, we have a Valkyrie deck. A couple of unique things about this Valk deck that I really wanted to mention. Number 1, Chain Disappearance in the main deck with 3 copies of it. There are actually a lot of decks right now in Duel Links that get hit by this card pretty bad. There's actually some Magnet Warrior monsters you can hit with this card that completely banishes them, makes it very difficult for your opponent to be able to summon their Berserking on play. So it can be absolutely devastating against Magnet Warrior if you can hit them with it. It also does great against Buster Blader too. If you hit that little dragon, the little Buster Whelp monster with Chain Disappearance and you banish all of theirs, it makes it really difficult for them to do their plays. They can't fusion they can't fusion at all. They can't synchro summon. It really hurts that deck. You can also hurt Phantom Knights quite a bit and disrupt their combos, taking out all their cards. So there's a ton of decks right now that even Deep Sea Diva and Water Explosion. So there's a ton of monsters and a ton of decks right now that Chain Disappearance will absolutely wreck that deck and absolutely just completely destroy its ability to play the game. So great, it's a great tech card right now. Interesting to see someone using it in the main deck and having a nice little win streak with it. Another thing to point out too is the Monster Reborn. This is actually a big boost for Valkyries. Valkyrie Sigrun is kind of the big starter card for this deck, right? You special summon this card by sending a face-up spell or trap to the graveyard, and then you get a special summon a Valkyrie monster from your hand or the grave. But you can also special summon it from in any kind of way to get this effect, anytime it's normal or special summoned. So Monster Reborn can trigger its effect, and we have a bunch of discard traps in here which will allow us to easily discard a Sigrun, because it's very common that the starting field spell or whatever sort of starting continuous spell is going to get destroyed by an opponent's MST or Cosmic Cyclone. So having that extra way to bring it out by discarding it and bring it back with Monster Reborn is a great way to trigger the Valkyrie's effects. So digging into the deck, the rest of it is pretty standard for what we've seen from Valkyries in the past, just a very back row heavy version of it. We have Light Barrier as our skill to give us a face-up spell card to use for Sigrun's effect, 2 Valkyrie Sigrun, 1 Valkyrie Urda, 3 Valkyrie Drite, 3 Valkyrie Vierte. We have 1 Monster Reborn, we have 3 Chain Disappearance, 3 Raigeki Break, 1 Paleozoic Canadia, and 3 Karma Cut. In the extra deck, we have the 1 Trishula, Dragon of Icy Imprisonment, just in case our board gets all clogged up. We don't really XYZ summon too much with Valkyrie, so we have room for this. We also have the 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Steel Swarm Roach, 1 Diamond Dire Wolf, and 1 number 18 Heraldry Patriarch, rounding out the Valkyrie deck here. So, any of these decks really interest you guys, or anything you guys would like me to see do a deck profile on, let me know in the comment section. I would love to try out a couple of these. I probably will at some point. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day.